Hands up if you've done a bit of Red Ruth press in the interval. No. I just said hands up if you have. Not tell me that you're a bad girl and sitting on the front. No. Shan't Red Ruth press, never have Red Ruth press. Go to my grave, never Red Ruth pressing. Are you from Camborne? No, I won't Red Ruth press, I'm from Camborne. Okay, well, go at the end, I'm going to say, in case there's, who knows. Anyway, yeah, are you having a nice time anyway? Excellent. Oh, good. A very lovely woman came up to me in the interval and said, why haven't I? I'm loving. She said, what she actually said I really liked. She said, I'm loving everything. I love your face. I love you. And I was like, oh, I love you now too. So basically, she said, why haven't I heard of you? And I realised I hadn't actually said what our company even was. Like 20 years, woman and girl, but I hadn't said who the hell we were. So it gave you both my names and not the company door. So we're Scary Little Girls. And you can play. Thank you. I'm hoping that's because either some of you do know us or have been won over by us tonight. So that's great. And yes. So please have a look at not just what we do the rest of this week, where we've got these amazing different events on, but also all the other stuff we do. We've got all kinds of stuff going on. And one of the things we do is we interview Greenham women. Ooh. We have dog fights. It's illegal, but no, we don't. We're peace-loving people. Oh, look. You seem like such nice people, and you have such a shitty dog. No, you don't. I can't tell you that is a sign of my drinking, because you have a lovely dog and I adore it. And I crave a Westie in my life. It was a cheap gag and I took it, and I'm sorry. Such a cute little dog. Right, okay. So we were all getting on so well, and then I said that. And you're so handsome. No, right. No more of that, Rob. Girlfriend not back from the loo. As I say, I'm very good with dogs. No, right. Okay. So I was going to say, we know we've had Elaine Miller all the way from Scotland. Can anyone beat Scotland? Has anyone come tonight from further? Oh, hello. How far have you come?
How far? Vienna.
Vienna. Gaynor and I actually marched all the way from Wales to Greenham Common last year. I know, in celebration of the Greenham women who did the same thing 40 years ago last year. And I think the first conversation we had, I said to her, oh, I'm from Vienna. It's the most unfriendly place I've ever been. Full of gold and mean people. but Gaynor is absolutely lovely. Anyone from further away than Vienna? See, what I'm fishing for here is that we had some Americans in. And I don't think we have them here now. So I think that they're in the queue. Are they? Okay. Oh gosh. I was thinking that maybe the fannies had driven. They're thinking, well, I had a totally different understanding of a fanny. So no, you've got a really clear understanding of a fanny now. Well, when they come in, let's see. No, that's not. I'm trying to think what you could do. No, let's make them feel welcome is what we should do. I don't know it. Okay, let's ask them about Roe versus Wade. No, let's not do that. Right, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I think you're mostly back here, and that means I can stop bothering you, frankly, and put on the next act. I've said a lot of things about Greenham. The next act, one of them is a fantastic artist called Alice Robinson, and she also walked... She started to walk to Greenham with us and immediately hurt her leg. And we took her the rest of the way, I'm not joking, in a shopping trolley. 9 days, walking from one country to another in a shopping trolley. But she has with her one of the 2 doctors on our bill, which I absolutely love. We have a doctor and a Greenham woman of long and high standing, Lynn Jones. Could you please give a massive round of applause for Lynn and Alice, please? There's a phone. Someone's phone.
Rebecca.
Just shove it there. That's all right. Yeah, so this is me and Lynn is kind of getting the band back together because we did do the Greenham Walk. I did some of it. And then at Greenham, we had this wonderful cabaret. And me and Lynn just decided to have a little jam together, really, and found out that Lynn plays the spoons, which I think is excellent. A spoons playing doctor is always appreciated. So we're going to sing a Greenham song, first of all.
and it's by a woman called Gillian Booth. And Gillian is one of the many women that we've interviewed, and you can hear all of these interviews. I feel very honoured to be part of this Green and Women Everywhere project that Scary Little Girls has been tied up in since 2019, and I've listened to so many of these interviews, kind of editing and compiling them, and it's been a really brilliant part of my life, actually, for the last few years. And Greenham means a lot to me, even though I wasn't there. But Lynn was there.
Yeah, I gave up my job as a doctor, and they told me then, the consultant, I was in A&E at the time, said, that is the end of your medical career. And so I went to live at the camp for about 3 years. And it wasn't the end of my medical career, because guess what? Here I am. I'm a psychiatrist, and you can tie those things together. I'm absolutely not a performer. And I feel totally intimidated by the quality of everything that has gone before. I need to make this clear. You can, if you live locally and you like music, come to Paul, King's Arms, Tuesday nights. I am the spoon lady up there. And I made the mistake of playing the spoons in this cabaret. And then I'm just innocently coming to a performance a couple of weeks ago. And this woman says, we need you to play the spoons in 2 weeks' time. I went, okay, not realising what I was joining. God, thank you. It's been such a great show. I'm privileged to be here. You all know what Greenham is, don't you?
Yeah.
Anyone not know the Greenham story? Good. We don't have to tell you. This song was written by Gillian to try and capture how people thought of us and a little bit about nuclear war, which of course we don't have to worry about anymore, do we? There's nothing going on there. It's all fine now. But we think actually perhaps this is going to have a comeback. So,
Here at Greenham on the street, financed by the KGB, dirty women squatting in the mud. La 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 la, mostly vegetarians, except when we're devouring men, foreigners and other sorts of scum. Mr. Gorbachev supplies us with a vodka. Mr. Castro makes sure we're kept in dope. All the women here are outside agitators who can't see Ronnie Reagan brings us hope, brings us hope. What a bunch of layabouts, don't know what it's all about. How we need deterrence for the best. La 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 la, lighting fires and burning toast, keeping communism close, threatening the safety of the West. In the bushes, a cache of guns is waiting, with sealed copies of Karl Marx in plastic bags, while our children live in misery with rats and deprivation. But what can you expect from queers and hags? Queers and hags. Here at Greenham on a spree, financed by the KGB, laughing, dancing, singing in the rain. La 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 la, nowhere signs of sacrifice, making good or being nice, and most of all, we're not accepting pain. While we're trying to be done with games and problems, dishonesty, hypocrisy, and fear. So don't be getting shirty, cause it's us who's getting dirty, and because of us, we'll all be here next year. So don't be getting shirty, cause it's us who's getting dirty, and because of us, we'll all be here next year.
So I'm just going to bring this a little bit closer, and excuse me, I have to turn on my phone. first time in my life somebody downloaded a piano app. Have you ever seen this? A piano app? Is that amazing? Get tuning forks. This is just brilliant. Yeah. I'm actually going to sing a folk song that I sing quite a lot at the pub because I love it. It's the 18th century, but there's an attitude to men here, and I know men aren't like that anymore. They've changed, so don't take offense. You know, take the messages you want. So we have to play that. Come, all you fair and tender maids that flourish in your prime. Beware, beware, keep your gardens fair. Let no man steal your time. Let no man steal your time. For when your time is past and gone, he'll care no more for you. And in the place where your time was missed, we'll all spread all with you. We'll all spread all with you. For woman is a branchy tree, and man a clinging vine, and from your branches carelessly he'll take what he can find. He'll take what he can find. The gardener's son was standing by, 3 flowers he gave to me, the red, the blue, and the violet too, and the red, red rosy tree. The red, red rosy tree. But I forsook the red rose bush and sought the willow tree, that all the world might plainly see how my love slighted me. How my love slighted me. Come all you fair and tender maids that flourish in your prime. Beware, beware, keep your gardens fair. Let no man steal your time. Let no man steal your time.
So we're going to end on a song by another maven, singer-songwriter, who I love, called Iris DeMont. I say her name like Iris DeMont, perhaps like Creme DeMont. It might be wrong, I don't know. It's a great song about embracing the unknown, which I think is very apt for the idea of coming into a mavenhood. Everybody is wondering what and where they all come from. And everybody is worrying about where they're gonna go when the whole thing's done. But nobody knows for certain, so it's all the same to me. I think I'll just let the mystery be. Some say once you're gone forever. Some say that you're gonna come back. Some say rest in the arms of the Savior, if in sinful ways you lack. Some say that they are coming back in a garden, bunch of carrots, a little sweet peas. I think I'll just let the mystery be. Cause everybody here's a wondering where they all come from. And everybody is a worried about where they're gonna go when the whole thing's done. But nobody knows for certain, so it's all the same to me. I think I'll just let the mystery be. Some say they're on a path to glory. I ain't saying that ain't a fact. But I've heard I'm on the road to purgatory, and I don't like the sound of that. Cause I believe in love, I believe in life, and I live it accordingly. But I choose to let the mystery be. Cause everybody is wondering what and where they all come from. And everybody is worried about where they're gonna go when the whole thing's done. But nobody knows for certain, so it's all the same to me. I think I just let the mystery be. I think I just let the mystery be. I think I just let the mystery be. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to keep that sort of like beautiful mellow vibe in this really magical place. Isn't this the most amazing place? And as the lights just changing, I think it's a really nice time for us to have, before we end on a sort of another riotous comedy act, to have another singer-songwriter on stage for some more beautiful music. Can I please ask you to give a massive welcome for Sarah Rose. Moving as seamlessly as you possibly can. Should we also have a little round of applause for Martin, who's been a real star? Ladies and gentlemen, I'll ask us both again. Sarah Rose, singer-songwriter.
Hello, thank you very much for having me here. Just while we're finishing the setup, so I basically, I'm from London, and I spend most of my time actually working as a pianist and musical director, playing for various cabaret performers in underground bars and venues. So it's actually a real joy to be outside today. So yeah, it just feels much more chilled and relaxed, and it's been such a beautiful evening so far. So yeah, I'm going to share a couple of songs for you before I then stay at the Keys to play for the wonderful Ada Camp. So this is my own singer-songwriter stuff. I have an EP out, it's my debut EP, it's called Beautiful Ruins, and it's available on all streaming platforms. I basically wrote this EP about an almost relationship experience. So the songs are quite sad and from the heart. And if you find the EP on your preferred streaming platform, it's actually quite upbeat and fully arranged. So the music kind of has a driving and uplifting feel to it. But when it's just me at the piano, the songs are quite heartbreaking. So I hope I don't bring the mood down too much. But Ada's going to come and uplift you afterwards. So right, let's just. Sort out the pedal. It's doing that weird reverse sustain thing where like everything holds on when you're not playing, and then when you press it, it's not sustaining, so nobody wants that. Okay, thank you very much for bearing with me. So. Amazing. Apologies. Right, so this is called Beautiful Ruins. Beautiful ruins, they should never be knocked down. Shadows of you and me have sunken in the ground. We can't complete the puzzle, but I want to keep the pieces that we found. And now as I walk along these walls, surrounded by thoughts of what once was, I know though all my dreams are incomplete, they mean the world to me. Beautiful ruins, beautiful ruins, beautiful ruins, so wonderful and sad. Fragments of the love we almost had. Beautiful ruins, they should never be knocked down. Echoes of you and me are ringing all around. We can't fill all the silences, but we can still take comfort in the sound. And now as I walk along these walls, surrounded by thoughts of what once was, I know though all my dreams are incomplete, they mean the world to me. Beautiful ruins, beautiful ruins, beautiful ruins, only one so wonderful and sad. Fragments of the love we almost had. Beautiful ruins, beautiful ruins, beautiful ruins, so wonderful and sad. Fragments of the love we almost had. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm just going to do one more number, which is called Soar. This is actually the first single that I put out last year. It's actually quite a sort of up-tempo pop dance track. But this is the ballad version of it. So I hope you enjoy it. Sometimes it's easier to ignore the light. The dark is safer somehow. A kind invite. I'm okay. I'm not okay. But I think I'll stay for a while. Sometimes it's easier to admit to myself nowhere to go. I am broken, I'm not quite broken, but I'm hanging by a thread since you picked her instead. And I want to soar into the sky, and I want to hide behind the clouds, 'cause up there you might not notice all my tears as the rain pours down. Sometimes it can be bothered to fight the fight. Can't even bring myself to pretend that I'm alright. It is cold here without the softness of your voice, without the warmth of your skin. And I want to soar into the sky, and I want to hide behind the clouds, 'cause up there you might not notice all my tears as the rain pours down. You said you're seeing somebody. Well, tell me, what does that make me? If she's not even someone else, I guess that makes me nobody to you. And I want to soar into the sky, and I want to hide behind the clouds, 'cause up there you might not notice all my tears as the rain pours down. My tears as the rain pours down. Thank you very much.
Because she's part of our last and headlines of act. I say sort of because it feels so hierarchical, I don't like that. But I am very, very, very excited when a really old and dear friend of mine whose act I have seen progress and change and evolve for a long time. We used to tour all over Shropshire and the regions, and we used to take a feminist cabaret to all these different really far-flung places. And they would always be the old duffers at the end who'd say, "Oh my God, you're all so funny, and you're all women." And we'd be like, "Yes." But we never put it on the flyers because we knew it wouldn't come. But they love it when they anyway. Who doesn't love it when they come from the show? So anyway, so what I'm going to do now is ask you to welcome what is now she's a preview for her award-winning Edinburgh shows. She's such a massive part of the Edinburgh Festival. And we have managed to lure her here first for her new show this year, and I'm really excited about it. Can we have a big look at you? Ready? She's ready. Look at you, Sarah. It's you that are ready. Can we please have a massive round of applause for Ada Camp? When the little chirping birdies tap upon my window pane and sing their very merry morning song, cheep, cheep. And Mr. Sun comes creeping through my curtains once again, then I know that it is time to end my long, deep sleep. When comes the honeybee to drink the early morning dew, this thought occurs to me each day. Does it occur to you? Yes, you. Oh God, I'm alive. Another day to survive. Another day to bear the weight of the taxman's yoke. Another day to be the butt of God's great joke. Open eyes. Right one first. What's the time? Oh God, my first! Time to leave my cozy bed and take a shower. No, I think I'll catch another half an hour. Wait a minute. What's that sound? Eyes snap open. Look around. The bedroom's Armageddon. Clothes are strewn all over the floor. From an inch or two beside me comes an unexpected. Check my lips. Yeah, they're all there. Oh my God, there's one to spare. As I summon up the nerve to take a peep, I think, no, I'm better off asleep. But now, of course, I'm wide awake. Who is that? For heaven's sake. Those certainly aren't my handcuffs, and I never wear red lace. Perhaps I should just take a look and see if I recognize the face. Oh my God! Ginger hair. And do I own a rocking chair? The window isn't where it's meant to be, and there's someone in this bed who isn't me. Try to think, come on, Ada. Last night's dance. Someone said, let's go to France. Now I vaguely remember Victoria Station and clambering onto a train. Then it all starts to blur, but I think I recall that I ordered some crystal champagne. It's come back. I'm in the room. And I want to go home. So I think it's best if I just creep away. Well, it might be rather awkward if I stay. Without saying goodbye, I tiptoe out the door. I swear I've never seen those girls before. Of course, I swear I've never seen the girls before. Nor that horse. I swear I've never seen the girls before. Thank you, friends and Ruth. Thank you, how very kind. Hello, people of the Maven Cabaret, enjoying yourselves? Absolutely, of course you are. You're not morons. I'm having an absolutely wonderful time here in the Southwest. This is the furthest Southwest, friends, I've ever been. I'm having an extraordinary time so far. I don't want to brag, but I came here tonight by train. Quite. Got off the train at Penzance Station, went out waiting for my lovely lift. The wonderful Shams are going to give us a lift, and there was a little pop-up coffee place outside the station. I thought, how wonderful, I'll get a coffee, you know, and how nice to patronize new places and not the same old chains. So, friends, I ordered a coffee from the charming young person behind the counter, and they made the coffee. And then I asked how much it was, and I think it was about £12. That's station coffee shops for you, isn't it? And so I paid with real money, friends. Not contactless, nature is healing. And then I took the coffee and I said, thank you, darling. And then they looked me straight in the eyes and said, you are most welks. And then they turned away. Am I? Most welks? It's an extraordinary thought, isn't it? You see, sometimes somebody says something to you unexpectedly, a drunk person or a small child, or someone up a ladder wearing enormous shoes, or someone at a pop-up coffee place outside Penzance Station. You think, my God, what have they seen in me? could I be, my friends? Predominantly a collection of assorted sea snails. What does that mean? Why didn't I know? How could they tell? What am I to do with this information? I said none of these things, my darlings. I was just stood, rooted to the spot, stunned by this crustacean revelation. But I'm going back that way later, heading back to the digs. I hope they're still there. I shall see if they are, see if they've got any other pithy nuggets for me. My whole life could change. Wonderful thought, isn't it? Now listen, what nobody's done tonight, I don't think, to the best of my knowledge, is ask this crowd if there's anybody single or available in it. Give me a hoot or a cheer if you're single or available. Ooh, that's very promising. How wonderful. Well, listen, I'm just going to get this out there, friends, all right? I'm currently single. Not unhappily single, do not feel sorry for me. Happily single, but also looking. Online and in person. I'm on Twitter. What? Yes, darling. I'm on Instagram. Shut up! I will not. I'm on Facebook if you're very elderly. I'm also on the variety dating website, Fairground Attraction. In the section for older ladies, colloquially known as the bucket list. Now, I throw this out there to everybody, all right, for years, nay, decades. I've swung in all directions like a naughty trapeze. I will say I found a Tunnocks tea cake backstage and I was able to lick the bottom of it. To release the mallow from its chocolatey shell without damaging the exterior. Just get that out there. I've taken the precaution tonight, coming, friends, to an open-air theatre in Penlee, of all places, of placing a finger of fudge somewhere about my person. Now, I'm quite warm. I'm genuinely not sure where it is now. In fact, I did a little bit of jigging about backstage, see if it would come out of anywhere, but it didn't. So it must be swimming around in here somewhere. If you are single or available, the idea of a tepid, misshapen, cheap piece of confectionery. Apparently now it's only 98 calories. Woohoo! If that appeals to you, friends, please do come and find me in my dressing room, come wooded area by the bins. After the show. And if we're not disturbed by little doggies, well, fuck it, even if we are, we can unfold together. What fun. Now, I was going to tell you a story. Would you like to hear a story? Yeah. Of course you would. Well, friends, because Becca was talking about the, Bunny, we're talking about the feminist cabaret. And it reminded me, I went recently to the funeral of a very old friend of mine called Ivy. We practically started our careers in variety together. When we first met, Ivy was a trampolinist. And we were part of a feminist variety troupe many years ago. So who was the OG crew? It was Grinning Edith, the happy medium. Reptili Anna, the lizard tamer. Cindy the contortionist and her vertical smiles. I played the bongos and drove the van. And as I said, Ivy was a trampolinist. Now, she was a wonderful woman. Up and down. Privately, as well as professionally. Some of us are, you know, we all loved her. We called her very affectionately variegated, Ivy. Well, this funeral, friends, was in a church of all places, extraordinary. And as I approached the church gates, a young woman about 15 or 16 years old held out her hand to me. She said, "Are you Ada Camp?" And I said, "Yes." She said, "I recognize you from the photographs. How well did you know my granny in Variety?" I thought, I can't tell you how well I knew your granny. Your granny and I. She had makeup sticks in dingy dressing rooms in working men's clubs. Your granny and I brought unpromising-looking crowds to tears of laughter. And on one very memorable occasion, your granny and I sat in the luggage compartment of a cross-country diesel train, drinking gin and snogging. I actually didn't say that last part. I'm not ashamed. It just didn't feel appropriate for the conversation. Anyway, I thanked her for her kindness, apologised for her loss, and went on into the church, friends, musing upon life and memories and cross-country diesel trains. I sat in my little pew, and then I noticed 2 pews ahead of me, on the left-hand side, the back of a tall, dark, handsome head. And I recognized that head instantly. It was the head of my first love, Arthur. Now, we had met. We were no older than that young woman who greeted me at the church doors. We were both working summer season at a fun fair in Tenby on the Welsh coast. I was dressed as a strawberry, entertaining the children, and Arthur came from a fun fair family. His mother trained chimps for the circus tent, and his father ran the ghost train and the haunted pancake parlor next to it, known as the Creepery. Well, Arthur helped to look after the chimpanzees, and he also worked in the Creepery, and he was enormously talented at both things. He had a feel for primates and a knack for batter. Our eyes first met early on in the season over a wedge of lemon. And from that moment on, we were inseparable. We spent that entire summer together running around the fun fair. It was innocence itself, friends. I was naive and he was musical. It was our emotions and not our torsos that we deeply felt that summer. But at the end of the season, we thought we might never see each other again. There was no such thing then, you see, as Google. What? I know. No such thing as mobile telephone, young people. He was constantly on the move to where would I write? Extraordinary. We thought we might never see each other again. The last night of the season, we sat on the beach in Tenby, watching the sun go down, his head on my knee and my hands in his rough hair. And we talked about our dreams. Ada, he said, what do you want to be? And I said, Arthur, I want to be a variety artist. Arthur, I said, what do you want to be? And he was torn, friends, torn between his love of baking and his prowess with primates. And that's how we left it. And then when I saw the back of his head in the church at Ivy's funeral, I think I must have spoken his name out loud, although I don't remember doing it, because he turned around to look at me, and the years fell away. And after the ceremony, he approached my pew, and he gave me the most enormous hug, my friends. And then he took my face in his dear hands, and he said, Ada, what do you do? And I said, Arthur, I am a variety artist. I said, Arthur, what do you do? And he winked. Come with me, he said. I'll show you. He took my hand and led me through the vestry into the room where Ivy's wake was to be held. It was full, friends, of trestle tables groaning with food. He pointed to the middle trestle table and he said, there, that is what I do. And friends, I looked at that middle trestle table and I was moved and amazed and delighted to see that Arthur had managed to combine both his love of great apes and his love of sweet treats, because there, on the middle trestle table, 6 foot tall, orange and gleaming, was a orangutan. Was that worth it? That whole story just for the orangutan. God bless your trusting little souls. You've got to be likely our team is very nearly baboon macaroons tonight. Why not? Now, friends, it's lovely to be outside again. In the whole unmentionable period over the past 2 years, we were doing lots of online shows and then we outdoor shows, and we quickly had to become used to all this stuff. And now, with anybody who spent a lot of time alone during lockdown, give me a cheer if you did. Yes, they haven't got the energy to cheer. I didn't. It was odd, wasn't it? I developed little odd tics. I developed an odd whistle at one point. It was some months before I met other humans who told me that I developed an odd whistle. I also developed strange, passionate, imaginary love affairs with people I saw on the street. A postman eating a calippo. Fantasized about for days. Every day I would take a little walk around my garden. No trousers on at all. It was delightful. I would stand in the middle of the garden, Delphinium to the right of me, Clematis to the left. Take a grande plie à la seconde, and let the breezes flow through me. Very invigorating. Now I'm going to end my set with a song, friends, I wrote based on an encounter I had with a very special creature during lockdown. Is that enough of a secret cue, Sarah Rose, to get you to play the introduction? Extraordinary. Thank you very much. Lovely. It's 3 weeks since we first met on the pavement, and every day since then I've seen you there. At first we were both shy and unassuming, but I can no longer hide how much I care. I'm not ashamed to say that I've been lonely, and spending time with you has brought me joy. I run my fingers through your fur, I love to hear you purr. You're my very special, naughty little boy. Bless you. Won't you butter your paws and stay a while with me? We'd be a wonderful pair, we're friendly as can be. I'm longing for connection, and you're the perfect fit. I'm awfully independent, but I'm getting tired of it. I will go the extra mile, and I'm very versatile. Won't you butter your paws and stay a while with me? I want to watch you washing your whiskers. I want to feel your warmth in my bed. I want to hear the sound of your breathing. I want to touch, yes, touch the softness of your hair. Meow, 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 meow. Will you fill my lacuna if I provide the tuna? I'm not ashamed. Sorry, I started early then, didn't I? Should we do that again? Lovely stuff. It's my fault entirely. You may be courting other lonely people. You may not know just how you've touched my soul. So if you care, leave signs of your affection. I might suggest a mouse or true vote. You must, of course, make all your own decisions. Tonight I will leave out a butter packet, and I'll keep my fingers crossed that you will use it. But I guess you just might not be that kind of cat. Won't you butter your paws and stay a while with me? We'd have such fun together, can't you see? I know it could go pear-shaped and turn out to be a farce. You just stay out all night and then present me with your ass. My cat flap might be rusty, but I'm bold and brave and lusty. Won't you butter your paws and stay a while with me? Stay a while with me. Stay a while with me. Sarah on the piano. Thank you, my friends. Now, I'm doing, if any of you find yourself in another part of Cornwall tomorrow,
a preview of my Edinburgh Fringe show, Ada Camp, Too Little Too Soon. It's like this, just more of it for about 55 minutes. So do come along. Now, before I get to, I'm going to get Bunny Moore then onto the stage. Now, as she said earlier, it is not only Scary Little Girl's birthday, but also her birthday. And we've had a tremendous admission. We haven't sung Happy Birthday, have we, friends? Are we desperate to do it? Of course we are. Bunny, could you come and stand here in the middle on the trapdoor? The old ones are the old ones. All right, lovely. And, no, stop it. And we're going to start the singing on 12.
On 46.
On
my age.
40. Stop it, you're not. 21 plus VAT. Oh, fuck it. Don't start on 3, all right, Sarah Rose? What note are we starting on, darling? Oh, give us an intro. Everybody, full voice, please. If you can't sing, of course you can. Just crack on with it. Happy birthday to Bunny Moore Van. If you can't remember that, just sing Scary Little Girls. Or both. Thank you, Sarah Rose. Give us an intro. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Bunny Moore Van and Scary Little Girls. Happy birthday to you. Now we have a little gift for you. Hold that.
Just want to say, none of this was planned. I actually said, should I finish the song, Shash? I was like, no, you cut them out. I didn't realize all this was going to happen, you see. Sorry.
Everybody who's in the show tonight has signed this glittery unicorn for you. Happy birthday! Give it up.
Best birthday ever. Also, massive round of applause. Ada Camp, Sarah Rose, come on! I am going to take my glittery unicorn and the memory of you all and fuck off to the bar. Thank you so much. Seriously, what an amazing night. Thank you so much. I will get the hell drunk now, but please come and see Ada tomorrow at the Red Roof Drapery, and all of us the rest of the night, the rest of the week in our festival. I wish I could stay and do a competition about what to call it, but perhaps we'll do that at the Her Majesty event on Saturday at the Poly. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been absolutely lovely. Let's end on a raucous round of applause for you all. Thank you so, so much! And